Hi, this is Andy Turner, the Education Technologist for Illinois College. Today I wanted to show you the Epson projector in the Digital Learning Center. There are digital pins available. You can see one here and then another one. Usually there will be two in the classroom. When you pick up the pin, you can turn it on by showing the green there. And by default, the name of the projector will come up so that you can use your Android or iOS device to download the free iProjection app. Now, if you go ahead and select a color on the projector, you can see that you can use the projector with the smart pin right out of the box with no connection at all. So if you click with the pin, the whiteboard, right now, there's no computer connected to the projector that's activated, so I have a full whiteboard screen that I can use without a lot of problem. And then you can change the thickness of the line and the color with a few quick strokes, or I can blank all of the screen with one shot like this. And you can choose color, so I'll choose the black color and the thin line, and now it should be a normal black. And if I choose a thicker blue, so on and so forth. So this is just like a normal whiteboard. Now I do have an Android phone which I'm using to record this video, and with the Android phone or the iOS phone or the iPad or the iPad mini, again on the Apple App Store or the Google Play Store, you can download the iProjection app, and what that will allow me to do is to send photos, documents, or a web page from the phone itself right to the projector. So I'm recording this video with the phone, but if I had another phone, I could use that right now to show the control not only of the projector but the content going to the projector. So the only two devices that you would really need are the Epson projector and the phone. So say if you wanted to bring your laptop, that would be just one device you could bring to the classroom, and you could have that hooked up to the projector. Let's say this is the Epson projector and this is a wall mounted projector. So say this is the classroom, this is the whiteboard, and then this is the projector up here. So the projector will shine down on the whiteboard. Now your laptop will be located on a lectern, and that will have a computer cable going up to the projector. Now, in this case, I'm using just my phone, and I can send that wirelessly to the projector, and it will receive the document from the phone itself, and you can play the document from the phone. If I draw on the phone, that will reflect here on the projector. There's also a projector control that you can switch into this mode in the settings that will increase the volume of your projector with the sound coming out of it. Say you had your laptop and you're playing a YouTube video. When I hit play on that YouTube video, over the video and the audio cables that will be on the wall up to the projector, I can then use my phone with the volume up and down so that you could just use that as a little remote control. And of course there will be a physical remote control you can grab as well with the on button, and that will be just like this. It's the white Epson remote, and here on the Epson remote you have the volume up and down hardware buttons there, and your source switch and things like that. So the other thing you could do is that you could have an iPad that you hold, and that iPad could also transmit wirelessly to the projector if you don't have a iPhone or an Android, but you do have an iPad or an iPad mini, you can download that Epson iProjection app, and you can go ahead and download that too for this fall if you're going to be teaching in any of the following rooms: Crispin 101, Crispin 107, Kirby 237, Kirby 244, Parker 104, Parker 210, and Bruner 3125. So it works pretty well. And the thing that to keep in mind is if you do have problems with the pin not being aligned correctly, you can just hit the user button like that, and then go ahead and hit yes, and then it says to move away from the screen, and then it will automatically calibrate. In this case, over in the Digital Learning Center, it is in the on this whiteboard table, but in most cases it will be up on the wall, projecting down on the whiteboard. So the automatic calibration sometimes might fail, but in those cases what you can do is hit menu, and the reason this one is failing is because I've set it to manual. And to do the manual calibration, just hit the menu button, then arrow down to extended, then hit the right button, and arrow down to easy interactive function, and then click the manual calibration, and then go ahead and hit yes, and then you use the pen to touch the points on the whiteboard in a sequential fashion, and then that will manually calibrate the position of the pen on the whiteboard, and also over to your laptop, so that you can use the pen as a mouse for your laptop, which is probably going to be over on the lectern while you're teaching and walking around in the classroom and answering questions and handing out papers and things like that, so you don't have to be stuck at your laptop, which is going to be really nice. Truly a mobile design there. The other problem that I've seen that you can overcome with the remote is that, and this will be configured this way by default, is that the settings has, under the signal menu, normally you will have a resolution. I can't select signal at this time, but if I switch the projector over to computer, because there is no, there was no device connected to the projector, it was just the projector and the whiteboard. When I connect the computer to the device, then now I'm in Windows. Now the computer in this case is down on the floor there, and that's where you might have a classroom computer that's up by default. So I use the pen and then go over to the mouse, back to Windows. Up here in the tabs you have the whiteboard. To go to the whiteboard menu, if I want to erase that, I just made that mistake, I can click the white and erase part of it, or I can just erase the whole thing by clicking this button. I can get rid of that completely, and it'll say, do you want to clear the screen? I can say yes. There's also a really cool feature where if you're designing say a graph for chemistry, and you have made this chart, then a little Android there, you can hit save and capture a screenshot. So the computer knows that you're probably using the pen at this point, so I'm going to actually do this, which will erase that text, and then I'm just going to type TEXT, and Windows should tint text. Okay, so that'll do text entry for me, and then I can hit insert, and then that will go ahead and populate that down here where I could click save. So this is actually interacting with Windows, and we like Windows, you know, sometimes to use. So you can still use the pen as a mouse like you normally would. I just hit start here. Oh, notice I'm still in whiteboard mode, and that's something that, you know, obviously is hard to remember sometimes. So if you're in whiteboard mode, you got to switch back to mouse mode, and the mouse mode is up here. So you hit that mouse, and now I have the mouse cursor like I normally would in Windows. See the mouse there. Now I will go ahead and click start, and I can bring up my PowerPoint or whatever it is that I want to bring up, say Paint, or maybe Calculator there. Let's go into Paint, and now I have Paint, so that with the mouse I can still use, you know, a normal mouse, or I can go into the draw mode by clicking any of these. So now I'm going to highlight this. So now I'm using the pen as I normally would with a marker. This is marker mode when you touch any of these. Now I'm going to erase everything in marker mode. Try to align the screen there so you'll see the highlight on text erase. And it says, do you want to clear the screen? I'll go ahead and hit yes. So now that highlight and that text is gone. This is in Windows, so I'll go back into mouse mode, and now I can close Windows and click on links and things that I normally would have to use my mouse for or run back to my laptop for. But with the pen you don't need to. You have a full mouse with the pen, and the pen communicates with the projector with a radio, and then from the projector it goes a USB cable down to the computer. So when you bring your laptop in, you'll go from, there will be a USB cable on the lectern, and just plug that USB cable right into the computer when you start teaching. There is going to be an Epson application that you'll need to start when you go to Windows, in this case Windows 8, and the name of the program is Easy Interactive Tools, and that will be on the desktop. So you can just click Easy Interactive Tools on your laptop, and that works for Mac as well, and then you'll have the same deal. You can use marker or mouse, and then you can even save your drawings. If you have a figure like that chemistry drawing, save that figure that you've drawn on the screen, and then use that later, and that'll save to a folder that it'll show to you. Now also, as I said, there will be audio on the Epson. So the Epson speakers on top of this device, which will normally be on the wall, will be such that you'll be able to hear it from fairly far away. So I'll let you hear the audio. I'll just click the mouse volume icon here. That's fairly loud, and I was just going to the volume control here so you can hear that. I can control the volume with the Epson remote, and then I can go up and down with the volume there. Or again, with your mobile phone, you can go up and down. To schedule a time to train, it would be great if we could get together a few weeks before class, maybe even an hour before class or a day, and then I can show you how all these functions work. And I need to get your mobile device, if you bring your own device, your mobile device joined to a specific network, a wireless network, so that only you would have access to the projector, for security reasons. So if you have any questions, please email helpdesk@ic.edu. If it's about anything classroom technology related or training related, that will be dropped into my queue, and I'd be happy to help you. Thanks a lot.